Okay, we'll start with Justin and then David for Noah Fifita.
Noah, how's it been working with Coach Lothal?
It's been awesome. He's a great coach. The relationship we built off the field allows us to have a lot of fun on the field, but even more so as to the person he is. He knows his football. He's played at the highest level, like I've said before, but just a great coach, a great person, and we're real excited to be able to have him as our leader and be able to play for him.
What are some things that he's taught you as a quarterback?
Just to enjoy it. I mean, he's kind of showed me how to enjoy it with all of the media and all of the pressure that kind of comes with being a quarterback. Especially going into this year, he's taught me to just embrace the moment, to enjoy it, and we've had a lot of fun.
David and then Matt.
No, when you guys are in 7-on-7, there's a guy that sits in the line with a flag. How important is it for you to be able to get rid of the ball before that flag?
It's super important because I think it's 7-on-7, and it stems from high school and youth football. You can build a lot of bad habits, holding the ball too long, and kind of drops that are unrealistic. So that just kind of having a T there, they're saying time. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it just kind of keeps you on rhythm, keeps you on time, because at the end of the day, we're trying to get better and we're trying to prepare for real football where you don't have all day to throw. So it's really beneficial.
With the staff, what are they trying to teach you in terms of when you have to leave the pocket, just throw on the run, what you need to be focusing on?
They allow me to play free, and they allow me to kind of just play my game. And I mean, our receivers it's hard to cover our receivers in 2 or 3 seconds, but it's even harder when you're able to extend the play and make plays happen outside the pocket. So the coaches allow us to play free. Obviously, there is coaching points that you got to be aware of. You can't throw the ball across the middle late, and you kind of just got to know where you're throwing the football. So they do a really good job coaching, but at the end of the day, I think the best part is they allow us to be us.
Matt and Brian.
No, as the expectations for you have continued to rise, your expectations of yourself have risen with them. How do you keep your standard up and know that this is, your first fall camp as the starter coming into the season, and just keep raising your level all the way through practice?
At the end of the day, I feel like I'm my biggest critic. I never want to be content. I always kind of want to continue to get better. That's kind of something my dad's taught me throughout my life. But for the most part, it's not really, this season not about me. This fall camp's not about me. It's about this team, and this team is why we're here. We all came back together. So at the end of the day, the expectation for this team is really high, and we're just trying to hold ourselves to that standard. So it's not as much individual as it is as this Arizona football team.
Brian and then Michael.
Just curious, are you guys doing a different kind of handoff style with some of the plays this year where it seems like maybe it's a little more slower developing?
Yeah, I mean, it is a different scheme, so there are a lot of nuances that may be different from last year. But like we said a lot of times, it's a lot different. It's not going to be the same as last year. It's a new scheme, new players, and our offensive line coach he's a great coach. So we expect our run game to be really explosive this year with the running backs that we have, the scheme that we have, and then the big guys we have up front.
Michael and then Jason.
How does Teamac look out there in your opinion?
I mean, I think you guys see it. It looks like he hasn't taken a step back since the last time he's been on the field. You kind of forget how, even I do. I mean, I've been playing with him for 7 years. You kind of forget how long he's been off, how good he really is. We've said it all along that he is the best player in the country, and he's kind of showing that since he's been back. Just showing the football IQ, the knack he has for getting to open space, and then even more so, I don't think I've ever seen him as explosive as he is. So looking forward to kind of watching him get a lot more yak this year and prove that he is the best player in the country.
Jason and then Jordan in the back.
We've heard last year, and just under the previous coach, that the offense was it was complicated at times, the playbook. How would you describe this playbook in terms of being able to learn it and learn what the coaches want and things like that?
I mean, we're at a level now where football's football, but there are a lot of complications. There's a lot of in-depth things that you kind of got to remember. So that comes with the position I play. But the coaches have done a really good job kind of keeping some terminology from last year, keeping the same things. They allow us to kind of have a say in that. So I'm real excited where our offense is right now. And we still have a long way to go till we start.
As a quarterback, are you happy with where the offense is now, or would you like to see you guys, where do you think you are?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, and I think we've stacked a couple good days on each other, which is really exciting. You kind of get to see the ceiling for where we really can get and what we're capable of. But at the end of the day, we still got to get healthy, and we still have some guys that haven't been on the field together. We still haven't seen Teamac, Montana, Malachi Riley on the field together. Jeremiah Patterson's done a great job. Chris Hunter's done a great job. Rex Haynes. So kind of with these injuries, it's allowed a lot more people to kind of show what they can do. So our receiver room is 7, 8 deep, and that's really exciting.
Jordan in the back and then Troy.
How has it getting more familiar with the new technology that's supporting you and now and on tablet, getting used to it as you go through ball camp?
We had tablets in high school, so it's been kind of 2 years since I had tablets. So that's kind of just getting back into the groove. But as for helmet communication, I've never had that before, so that is really different. But I'll tell you, we're a lot better than we were in the spring.
Troy and then Matt.
A lot of football programs say that the strength and conditioning is kind of like the backbone of any program. So what has it been like to work with Coach Carroll, and where have you seen this impact so far in these few months on the training field?
Their staff is awesome, man. Coach Carroll's the head guy in that aspect. But I mean, we were with him since January, and he's done a great job getting us in shape, getting us healthy. I think one thing that Coach Carroll is a master at is mobility and making sure that everybody's healthy, making sure everybody's body's working the way it needs to be. So they've done a fantastic job getting us ready for fall camp, and I know they'll continue to have us ready throughout the season.
Matt and then Brian.
You mentioned helmet communication and kind of adjusting to that. I believe they can be in your ear 15 until 15 seconds in the play clock. Now, for a balance of that, how is it, adjusting to taking, the views of your coaches, taking that in your ear up until 15 seconds, and then you come up to the line and do the checks? How have you kind of balanced the learning in your ear and then learning what you see, all in that little 30-second span?
I mean, we've always, because I've never had helmet communication, it's always been kind of just me on the field, trusting my eyes, trusting what I see, trusting my preparation from the week. And I think Coach Babers is, he allows me to play. He'll tell me to play in the helmet, maybe give me a few pointers, but for the most part, he's not really talking to me up to that 20 or 15-second mark, whatever it cuts off at. So that hasn't been too big of an issue, but it will be real helpful to kind of get his insight up until that mark.
Brian and then Michael.
What are some of the things that Lyle has taught you this year that maybe you didn't have in your toolkit?
I mean, he's taught me how to play on time. He's taught me how to play, and I'm not bashing anybody from last year. They were great coaches as well, but I think Coach Lyle, kind of the time I've spent with him, he's taught me just little things from. I mean, he played at Oregon State. He played against USC, Penn State. So he played at the highest level that I'm at. So he kind of knows that little tricks of the trade, and he's helped me in that a lot.
Michael and then Justin for our last question.
When did you first start throwing a football or a ball, and who taught you how to do it?
My grandfather taught me how to throw a ball. I'm pretty sure it was a Nerf ball when I was probably 2 or 3 years old. And then I started playing football at 5.
Is it something that just came naturally to you, or did someone sort of show you technique?
I mean, I wouldn't. My grandpa was a rugby player, so he never really played football. They throw underhand, but I mean, I don't really remember when I was 3. But I know I fell in love with the game at a really young age because of my 3 uncles that were playing at Division I level. And then I loved the game so much. My dad tried to fake my birth certificate so I could start when I was 4. I don't know if that was legal, so we might have to cut that out. It didn't work. I didn't start till I was 5, but I did love football enough to where I wanted to start when I was 4.
Last question to Justin.
What have you seen from the other quarterbacks in the room so far? Yeah.
They're great, and our relationship off the field is great. The meeting room's fantastic. Our quarterback room's really healthy, but you just kind of see them kind of play more. I mean, they're all really young. It's kind of weird to be the old guy in the room, just in my 3rd year, but they're really supportive. They're open to my advice and what I see. They're helpful for me when they're on the sideline, but also you kind of see the swagger that they're starting to get in week 3 of camp. So I'm excited for all of them. They all have what they're really good at, and they all bring something real special to the team.
And lastly, what do you think has been the biggest improvement in Cole's game for last year?
I think he has a kind of certain swagger and moxie that you wouldn't expect him to have. He just plays real fast. He doesn't hesitate, and then he throws a really good ball. So I'm a big fan of Cole. That's one of my good friends off the field. Play a lot of golf with him, but he's a real special person, and you kind of see him gaining more swagger and gaining more confidence on the field.
All right,